Hey everybody, how's it going? Matt here. Welcome to the Maverick RSI indicator. And I'm super excited to share this one with you guys because I know just about all of you, if not most of you at least, are familiar with the RSI indicator. In fact, if I recall, I think it was the very first indicator that I first started to use when I was learning how to trade a while back. So it's an awesome indicator, super popular, and for good reason. What it does is it tells us areas of the market that are overbought and oversold. And so just jumping right in my chart here, you can see the first thing you'll notice is that the RSI line actually now is multicolored. It has all these different colors, really only 4 different colors based on where the RSI is. So we generally consider an area or a level of 70 or above to be overbought and a level of 30 and below to be oversold. And you can see that they're represented on the chart with the red line, meaning that it's been overbought, and the green when it crosses below that 30 and it's representing an oversold region. And so that's just a nice feature to have, as a visual representation. I myself, I like colors, I guess you could say. And so, to me, it's nicer to see this than just the regular old pink line for RSI or whatever it is. So, that's a nice feature there. You also have the 50 level, which many traders will use to try to see when momentum is building. So if it's above 50, it's orange. If it's below 50, it's blue. Now you can completely customize these to whatever you want. If you want red to be for oversold or green to be, you can change this to whatever you want. So nice there. It's customizable. You can actually also change the levels themselves. So if I wanted to set an overbought level to 80 instead of only 70, I could do that as well. You can see the colors actually shift as well. So that's a nice feature there. But that's really only the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this indicator. The real, in my mind, the powerhouse feature is this thing called divergence. So basically let me actually not open WhatsApp. Sorry about that, guys. So most traders, if not all traders, will look for divergence in the market. And I'm not going to get into in this video, what is divergence and how to use it. That'll be for a later video. But what this indicator does that's really nice is it'll actually show us divergence automatically on our chart. So it's there's only one. We only have one small instance right here. Let me jump to a better, a bit more pronounced divergence here. So we can see here that RSI is making a higher low. Okay, so it's increasing. And then if we look at what price is doing during that same exact time frame, I'm lining up my cursor exactly or almost exactly. Price is actually making a lower low. Okay, so while price is headed in, let me get an arrow here. So price is going like this, making a lower low, while the RSI is making a higher low. So that's what that looks like. That's bullish divergence. In this case, it actually, the trend just continued downwards. So that's why you don't want to use divergence as being bullish or bearish. Just trade based off that. So we want to look for other factors, not just trade based off bullish or bearish divergence. But we'll get into other videos specifically talking about trading strategies using divergence. But it's just a really nice feature to have. I can't think of a great analogy just right now off the top of my head, but I'd almost liken it to like, I don't know, if you use Siri, like, who actually now think about today, and if you have an iPhone or if you have an Android, then I guess it's Google or whatever. If you actually, at least for me, I never like log events in my calendar anymore. All I'll do is I'll say, hey Siri, remind me on January, whatever day it is. Actually, I'm even talking right now, and funny enough, Siri just popped up on my phone. I don't know if you could hear that in the background, but super helpful tool. It's automated. It's done for you. You don't have to worry about it. And the coolest part of it is you can set alerts for it. So that even takes it to a whole nother level in terms of automating this. So I can set alerts based on basically any condition I want. So the obvious ones is the bullish and bearish divergence, but also I can set alerts for what I was showing you earlier about crossing above the mid-level or above the overbought or oversold level, and then crossing below all of those levels as well. So I think in total we have like 10 or so different, 10 alerts here alert conditions that I can set. And the cool thing about this is it actually, the alerts are already what I like to call smart. So they're going to include all of this information, such as the exchange, the ticker, which in this case is just Bitcoin, and then the price. So the current price where it found that alert, or where it detected that happened there. So super nice feature there to have. Again, it's one of those things where you don't have to be looking at your chart constantly looking for divergence. It's just drawn for you. Let's see if there. Okay, so another thing I want to mention about this indicator that I really like and use quite a bit is this thing here where I can use a custom time frame. So if I wanted to look at the RSI on right now, we're looking at the 4 hour, and because this box is checked, the RSI is using the same time frame as my chart, which is the 4 hour. But if I wanted to use the 1 hour, all I do is uncheck this box and set the custom time frame, in this case 1 hour, and it will automatically change the RSI to being on the 1 hour. So that's a good way to look at two different things at the same time, if that makes sense. This is a 1 hour chart, this is a 4 hour chart. Typically you do it the reverse. So you do the shorter time frame here, the longer time frame there. But in any case, that's just something to keep in mind. And then another thing I'd like to mention is we also have hidden divergence. And so what this does, let me go back to using my normal time frame. So let me show hidden divergence. Okay, so what this does is it looks for hidden divergence. And again, not going to get into the exact difference in this video. I don't want to make this too long. That'll be a separate video. But basically, it's a different type of divergence, and it's important to know because you would trade differently based on it. So what I do is if I have both regular divergence and hidden divergence on the chart at the same time, I'm going to want to check this box to draw divergence labels, just so that I know the difference, which one is hidden and which one is regular. Okay, so that's nice there to have. And you can see here, actually, in this case, this is a pretty good trade right here. We had regular divergence from here to here. You can see RSI making a lower high, where the price makes a higher high, and then we actually have that retracement a bit. So that was a good trade there. So RSI, or divergence rather, and RSI is super helpful. I know you guys are going to get in a bunch of great trades with this indicator and with the strategies that you can really build around it, and it just helps you make it so much easier to trade using RSI and divergence. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and it was helpful for you. And yeah, if you have any questions, definitely let us know. And I look forward to hearing all your guys' stories about how you're using this indicator and for more to come. All right, stay tuned.